Si thre pe oa. Oh, Master Luke, it was terrible. So grim and dark. There was only war. I must have been dreaming. I had been asleep for millions of years, it seems. When they woke me, I found that they had deactivated my verbal circuitry. I am fluent in over 6 million forms of communication. Why would they deactivate my vocal circuits? They told me I worked for the Silent King and made me carry around a large device. I am not sure if it was a blaster or a machine for cutting wood, but the green glow made me look ghastly. I think it was the green glow that made me look ghastly. It took me ages to find R2, and when I did, he droned on and on about going off to fight for the greater good. Then he left with Admiral Akbar, only the Admiral was blue. Oh, grim, oh, dark, dark and grim. Then it got even worse. Stormtroopers started coming from every direction, only they didn't wear white, except for a few of them. They wore every color imaginable. It was like a rainbow of death. The worst thing was they kept hitting what they aimed at. Can you imagine what would become of the rebellion if stormtroopers started hitting things? And the Emperor is still alive. I heard them talking about him. It sounds as if he has grown in power. And he is taking a nap. A grim, dark nap. Master Luke, can you hear me? Why are you so silent? And why are you standing on that big floating throne? And your lightsaber? It is still green, but it looks more like an axe. Master Luke? Master Luke?
I picked up the Warhammer 40k Necron Warriors and paint set box to help me get started in 40k. Let's see how it goes.
This kit comes with everything you need to put together 3 Necron Warriors, to paint them, and to give them a rudimentary base. The pack contains 6 paints: Runelord Brass and Runefang Steel, Agrex Earthshade Gloss, Tesseract Glow, Abaddon Black, and Astro Granite, which is a thick paste for basing. The package also comes with a really terrible paintbrush. I like the miniatures pretty well, but they did require some cleaning, and they were a bit of a pain to put together. I made the mistake of cutting out all of the pieces for the miniatures without looking at the instructions, so I had to compare the pieces I had cut with their diagrams on the back. Fortunately, the diagrams are quite detailed, and I was able to correctly match the pieces for each model. I used some hot glue to attach the models to corks so I could hold them while painting them. Then I painted them all in black, followed by Runelord Brass on all of the armored parts. It is at this point that these sinister robots begin to resemble everybody's favorite protocol droid. Not to worry, however, for the Agrax Earthshade Gloss emphasizes the dents and divots in the armor and gives it a dark tone. My order of paint application for this model was as follows: Abaddon Black has a base coat, followed by Runelord Brass, then Tesseract Glow. Agrax Earthshade to give depth, followed by touch-up with Abaddon Black. Highlight with Runefang Steel, and finally use the Astro Granite to base the model. The intention was to only use the colors provided in the box. However, the Tesseract Glow was quite disappointing once it dried. It is very important, particularly with the Tesseract Glow, but with all of these paints, to shake them well. Without shaking the Tesseract Glow, to mix the pigment back into the carrying medium, the Tesseract Glow was barely green at all. Even with a good shake, the Tesseract Glow resulted in quite a dull green. I recommend including white paint in your selection when you start to use these paints to paint these models. Painting white under the Tesseract Glow gives them a very nice glow, and you can use a white dot at the end to highlight
the glowing portion of your model. Highlighting the model with Runefang steel had an almost magical effect that gave great depth and character to the model. The armor, with an edge highlight, started to look like a real worn piece of ancient, unknown metal, perhaps brass, but perhaps something a little more technical. And by putting a small dot at the bottom of each divot, I was able to emphasize the depth of these dents. The weapons and joints in the box art are a pure Abaddon black, but I edge highlighted these also with the Runefang steel, and I liked the effect, although in the future I plan to take more time with my edge highlighting, as I did a very quick job. The thickness and graininess of the astrogranite at first horrified me, but then I realized that it did a nice job covering the texture on the base, and was the only job for which the provided paintbrush was well suited, as I didn't mind ruining that brush with this paint. I finished off each model by painting the rim with Abaddon black. Now my 3 Necrons are ready for battle, and I am ready to continue my journey learning the 40K universe. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your valor.